If you're reading this, it's already too late. Stop now. Tear this page, burn it. Do whatever it takes, because once you know what I'm about to tell you, it will find you too. And unlike me, you won't get a second chance. That's how the journal began. Just one line on brittle yellowed paper found wedged between the floorboards of an abandoned farmhouse, 30 miles from town. I shouldn't have opened it. I should have listened. But it's human nature to poke the wound, to peer over the edge of the cliff and wonder what's down there. And now, I know. God, I wish I didn't. The house was never on any map. I was following rumors, local ghost stories shared around bar tables and back alleys, meant to scare off trespassers or thrill seekers. The house with no ending, they called it. A place where time folds in on itself, where shadows don't need light to be cast. Some said people who went in came out. Different. Some didn't come out at all. But I'm not like the others. I wasn't looking for a thrill. I was chasing something real. My sister, Emily, disappeared 6 months ago. No leads, no sightings, just gone, like a whisper in the wind. Her last known location? A dirt road near Woodpine Forest, near that house. I arrived just before sunset. The place looked like it had grown from the earth itself, twisted wood, a sagging roof, and windows like empty eye sockets. I expected silence, but there was something else. Not noise exactly. A hum, like the breath of something ancient waiting in the walls. I stepped inside, flashlight trembling in my grip. The door didn't creak. It sighed, like it had been holding its breath. The air was thick and warm, smelling of dust, rot, and something sour, something alive. The journal was waiting in the main room. No name, just a tattered black leather cover and a single line scrawled inside the front cover. What you seek will cost you more than you're willing to pay. I flipped to the next page. I saw it in the mirror first, not behind me, inside me. It was smiling with my face. But the eyes, they weren't mine. I slammed the journal shut. Something shuffled upstairs. Logic told me to run. Every instinct screamed to leave. But Emily might have read this same journal. She might have walked these same creaking floorboards. I had to keep going. I moved through the house, each room stranger than the last, wallpaper peeled like shedding skin. Furniture sat at impossible angles, like gravity was a suggestion. One room was filled with clocks, all ticking backward. Another had a mirror that didn't reflect me, but a version of myself covered in blood. I called out Emily's name. The house answered with silence. And then laughter. Soft, childlike, coming from the basement. I should have stopped. I didn't. The stairs down were rotted, but they held my weight like they wanted me to reach the bottom. The laughter was louder now. Not joyful, mocking. A single bulb flickered overhead, casting long shadows that moved before I did. The basement was wrong. It stretched too far, deeper than the house should allow. And in the center was a circle of mirrors, cracked and stained. Something stood between them. Tall, thin, wrapped in shadows like a cloak. I called Emily's name again. The thing turned. It wore her face. But it wasn't her. It opened its mouth and my voice came out. You shouldn't have come. I stumbled back. One of the mirrors shattered. Glass rained down but never hit the floor. It floated mid-air, pieces spinning like teeth. I'm still here, the thing said, its lips unmoving. Buried in the rooms that don't exist. Find me or forget me. And then everything went black. I woke up outside hours later, the journal in my lap. That was 2 weeks ago. Since then, I haven't slept. Not really. Every time I close my eyes, I'm in the house again, walking, searching, hearing Emily's voice from somewhere just out of reach. And the worst part? I can feel it watching me, even now, even as I write this. You're probably thinking I've lost my mind, but you've felt it too, haven't you? That cold breath on your neck when you're alone. The shadow that lingers a little too long. That moment when your reflection seems off. It's real. It's all real. And it's spreading. If you've read this far, it knows you now. It remembers. Don't try to destroy this journal. Others have tried. Fire won't touch it. Water won't soak it. You can't unread what's already etched into your bones. There's only one way out. Go to the house and finish what I started. I didn't want to go back. Every part of me screamed against it, but the longer I waited, the more the world around me unraveled. Lights flickered wherever I went. People I knew stared a second too long, like they saw something behind my eyes. And mirrors. God, I couldn't look into mirrors. Not after I saw myself blink when I didn't. On the third night, I found another note tucked under my pillow. You're running out of time. No signature. Just my name written at the bottom in Emily's handwriting. That was the final push. I packed what I could, flashlight, rope, a compass that spun uselessly, and drove back to that godforsaken house. The road twisted differently this time, as if the landscape itself was shifting to keep me from returning. The GPS glitched, my phone died, but the house, it found me again, right where I left it, exactly as it had been, waiting. I stepped inside, and the door closed behind me on its own. This time, the air tasted like rust. The journal pulsed in my bag. Not metaphorically, it pulsed like it had a heartbeat. When I pulled it out, the pages were filled with new entries I hadn't written. Welcome back. You're almost there. But she's deeper now. The basement had changed. Where there were once walls, now there was a tunnel. Dirt and stone swallowed the light from my flashlight, and every step echoed like I was walking inside a giant mouth. The deeper I went, the more wrong everything became. I found rooms that didn't obey physics, a dining room with chairs on the ceiling, a nursery where the mobile spun counterclockwise and whispered lullabies in reverse, and a library, walls of books with blank pages except one. It was open to a single sentence. The house remembers everyone who enters, but it only keeps the ones who matter. That's when I heard her voice again. Emily. But it was distant now, raw and broken. I ran toward it, through a door that shouldn't have opened, down another staircase that spiraled like a corkscrew into nothingness. And then I found her. She sat in the center of a room made of mirrors, just like before, but this time she looked up at me, eyes wide, face pale, thin, so thin. You came, she said. I didn't think you would. I rushed to her, but my reflection didn't follow. It stayed behind in the mirror, grinning. I've been hiding, she whispered. It hunts the ones who remember. That's why you forgot my voice. That's why Mom's picture faded. What is it? I asked. She looked past me. It wears you. It becomes you. It leaves the house. Inside people. I turned. The door was gone. The mirrors were bleeding shadows now, long arms reaching, stretching. We have to go, I said. We can't. Her voice cracked. It needs a trade, a soul for a soul. That's how I got this far. I backed away, and then I saw it. From the mirror behind her, it emerged. Not crawling, sliding like ink in water. Its face was almost mine, almost hers, shifting between the two like it couldn't decide. You brought it with you, she said. It followed you back last time, and now it wants both of us. I pulled her to her feet. There has to be a way out. There is, she said, but only one of us can take it. No. You don't get to choose. The mirrors shattered all at once, a sound like thunder underwater. Shards hovered in the air, spinning. The creature opened its mouth wider than any human should be able to, and 1,000 voices screamed from within. We ran. The house twisted around us. Hallways stretched and collapsed. Stairs became rivers of black sludge. Doors led to the same room over and over again, until finally we reached the main floor. The front door stood open. Freedom. but only one shadow cast on the floor. Mine. Emily looked at me. It's already chosen. You didn't come to save me. You came to remember. And then she smiled, not with joy, but with release. Behind her, the creature surged forward. She turned to face it and screamed, but not in fear, in rage. I remember who I am, she shouted, and I choose to stay. The thing recoiled. Light, real light, flooded the room. I was thrown backward, and then I was outside. Daylight. Silence. No journal, no blood, just me. I never saw her again. But sometimes in my dreams, I hear the house calling me back, not with Emily's voice, with mine. And the worst part? I've seen her, on street corners, in reflections, watching, smiling, because now I don't cast a shadow. You finished this story, but the house isn't done with you. There's a mirror behind you. Don't turn around. Not yet. Take a breath. Say your name. Say it out loud. Because if it answers back, it's already inside.